Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Markets Outlook. A week of politics ahead analysis. http ntvforex.com News ID 56 EC6B 817 2023 35:19 AM. A week of politics. NBSP. It's a reasonably quiet calendar next week as we move through the last legs of summer, but the flash PMIs on Friday will be in the spotlight and provide a glimpse of how the global economy has performed into August. Otherwise, next week sees the Fed and the ECB release minutes from recent meetings, and we also have a few remaining earnings releases. Finally, politics will get some attention when, besides the stimulus squabble, the Democratic convention starts up in the U.S. Given the failure of Congress to reach an agreement on the lineation of the next fiscal package, the focus will be on high-frequency indicators of spending and employment. With the Democratic and Republican nominating conventions taking place over the next couple of weeks, a deal is unlikely to materialize until the end of the month. This presents a problem for the 28 million Americans who received an employment wage subsidy in July and who, on the face of it, if they had not found employment, had their monthly income shaved by over 60% in August. Last week, based on mobility tracking data, there was evidence that the expiration of Federal Pandemic Unemployment Compensation (FPUC), which provided those receiving jobless claims $600 in extra benefits per week, was beginning to weigh on consumer behavior. This delay presents a bit of a dilemma for monetary policymakers, where Chair Powell, in his latest testimony before Congress, was as blatant as can be about the need for further fiscal support to aid the recovery. Indeed, the minutes of the July 29 FOMC meeting, released on Wednesday afternoon, will likely be the main event for market participants, barring an unexpected breakthrough in the congressional stalemate. The U.S. election risk will likely pick up NBSP if Trump wins. We should see single-digit upside initially. In that scenario, we would assume the pre-election 2% discount reverses as regulation tax fear is unwound, but the upside is tempered by fear of renewed trade tension. NBSP and is a Dem sweep not as bad as feared. We could see equities down an additional 2% but bounce back as Biden wipes the slate clean with China and removes all tariffs, which will offset the fall in stocks. It would be easy to assume that Biden's $2 trillion green revolution would be a rubber stamp. Still, Biden wants to bite the hand that feeds, as an energy overhaul will face immense opposition from fossil fuel lobbyists, but as we see right now, big oil is already lining up at the trough looking for ESG handout. But in the face of an immense debt load, the last thing the US government needs it to lose tax revenue from gasoline. There will come a day when electric cars do to the oil industry what Edison's light bulb did to the Kendall factory, but I don't think ETA's imminent. However, the shift is on to ESG, and with the big green lining up at the trough, THETA's the first spot I think opportunities lie in a Biden White House. NBSP. On the opposite side of the coin, health insurance executives would be dancing for joy as there would be no chance of ACA. I need to put my money in OMG, as not only is the sector utterly depressed, the Trump administration will loosen even more environmental protections that were put in place during the Obama administration. NBSP. The oil and gas industry is one of the direct beneficiaries of these EPA regulation rollbacks, and realizing the considerable tax revenue benefits from big oil, the Trump administration will do whatever it takes to help the industry recover from the most significant oil slump ever, while appealing to his masses, as there is little debate that oil and gas companies have been among his biggest supporters. Stephen Innes, Axie Corp chief global market strategist, contributed to this Reuters article on Friday, presenting his views on the upcoming U.S. general elections. Wall Street week ahead. Biden victory disputed election. Wall Street prices in November outcomes. EU-UK politics. Staying with politics, another round of negotiations between the UK and the EU on their future relationship will take place from Tuesday to Friday next week. Recent remarks have struck a positive tone, with the UK's chief negotiator, David Frost, tweeting that our assessment is that agreement can be reached in September and we will work to achieve this if we can. Meanwhile, the Irish Prime Minister also said that there was a landing zone for a deal. NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.